Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play LSD. I'm your host TPC Gamer, and in our last episode we made it to day 315, thus meaning we have 50 dreams to go before the game is over. Each night is worth 2%, and you bet your ass I'm going to count down every single step of the way. I mean, we still have a while to go, but man, it is such a comforting thing, you know? The end is in sight. And it's not that I'm eager to finish or anything. It's just, like, I look back at my playlist, and I've been doing these videos for about 4 years total. And I think I'm just going to move out of your way. Or not. By all means, lock my control, man. That's really, really creepy. Especially with that fade to black. So yeah, I funneled 4 years of time into this project in various ways, and now I'm approaching a complete state. I'm looking forward to it. Like, I like seeing that something is finished. In fact, it's probably the thing that I enjoy most about doing these videos. Like, it is super fun to do the prep work, to play the games, do the commentary, but when I have a full game uploaded, that gives me a +2 modifier, you know? Oh, and why are we back to boring old Normal Town? What happened to the CPC sound chip and the weird texture packs? That's alright, I suppose. You can't have the best meal in the world all the time. Sometimes you need gruel to make you appreciate the good things. Although I never bought that as an explanation for anything. There needs to be bad things to appreciate the good. I'm sure I'm oversimplifying things a little bit. Or a lot bit. But I'm sure that I would always appreciate the good things regardless. And I don't think anything's gonna happen. And I don't feel like waiting. So let's link out. Backwards. You know, keep the theme going from the first sequence of the dream. And that was almost an accidental freestyle rapathon. I don't do those very often. I save those for the ones I love. Oh, and I'm back here in Happy Town! Now, someone commented on one of the last few videos I did, asking if some of the words in the texture pack were sexual sound effects. And I don't know if that's true. I mean, it's possible, because I haven't seen all of the text in that particular setup. I also wouldn't know if I saw it. I mean, Japanese onomatopoeia is fanatically specific. For example, pasa, gusha, dosa, and basara are all sounds for rustling paper, but each one indicates that something different is being done to the paper. And I think that is fantastic. And I guess this particular setup has a few misaligned pixels in the bush. That's weird. Now, the only sound effect that I know to show up in Happy Town is Zuza, which is the sound of cars' tires screeching to a halt. And I'm not entirely sure why that would be. It's just there. And that's probably the entire premise behind the game. I don't understand it. It simply is. Now, I want to go and explore this little corner over here, because I want to see if the lips are broken again. Or just explore this corner because, you know, I don't, in general. Oh, and I see you up there, Mr. Alien. I see you watching everything I'm doing, just invading every corner of this game. Oh, and hey, we're walking on the giant alien on the floor, too. Man, they are everywhere in this game. You cannot escape from them. I haven't mentioned that alien abduction hypothesis for a while. Wonder why. Alright, so what do we have over here? A quest marker. And also a giant penguin. Yeah. Well, that's a new one. I did not know that you were over here. I mean, I know that there are penguins elsewhere in Happy Town, but you are pretty special, fella. Wonder what your pathing does. To that end, I wonder if you do anything your own self. Oh, and look at that. Your pathing completely ignores the collision in the world map. Is this model even supposed to be here? Like, all the other seemingly broken stuff follows the in-game rules. This guy's having a party in the VIP no-clipping zone. And this reminds me of my favorite... Oh, he's back! Awesome! Guess he just had to go and pick up something from his house on the astral plane! Now, are you gonna go right through that floating Tetris brick? Oh, of course you are. because actors don't interact with one another in this game. Oh, huh. I only just got the construction of the word interact. Man, I hate it when I have sudden moments of realization about obvious things. Like, I hate it almost as much as when the internet tries to be deep. Like, did you ever think about how weird doorknobs are? They're like these little twisty plank handles, and then you are in a place that is not the same place. Did you just even? Because I cannot. Huh. Now see, I often think that making you link to the same place you are already occupying is some kind of placeholder behavior. Or like you're asking the game to perform an... Yeah. Hey Patricia Quinn, thank you for the kiss. I appreciate that. Glad to have you back. It's like you're asking the game to do an action, but the game doesn't have a script for the action, so it loads the last working script, and they are called programming scripts because they tell the actors what to do. How long have I been speaking English? You know, I'm glad the game woke me up, because I was about to have an existential crisis or something. What else do I not know about the English language, you guys? Whatever. Day 316. Nothing you did is so bad that killing somebody won't fix it. That's a fun reading of the original verse, yes? But not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about a collection of barnyard noises, apparently. What's up with that? And surprisingly, not the worst series of instruments I've heard. That's one of the joys of listening to the music of Aphex Twin, which has a lot of just metal scraping through a warehouse somewhere, you know? Oh, hey, Greg. Wait, no, you can't be Greg. The barman is Greg. You are... Brad. Brad Bird. I need to get my lore straight. You know, like, close to 90-odd episodes into doing this thing. Although, having said that, I had to look over some of my earlier videos, and I noticed that I've been using the wrong punctuation in my videos for about 30-odd videos worth of descriptions. Although it was interesting, like getting to read over some of my older dreams and seeing some of the things my brain came up with when it's let off the leash. This is an interesting turn-up for the books. Oh, game! That was mean. I got snagged on something right there. But yeah, it was fun to take a quick look back, even if it was in the context of doing a boatload of video editing. The editing is, by and large, the worst part of doing these videos. Like I say, it's a lot of fun to sit here and do the prep work and the commentary bits, but syncing up the commentary and fixing the tracking on these videos when necessary, just... ugh. And don't get me talking about fonts. Whoops, too late. Let me tell you about fonts. And... creepy wallpapers. So yeah, I get overly frustrated when I need to find a suitable font to write all over these videos. Or for anything, really. And it's something I only began doing because of these videos. And it's weird, I cannot find a proper way to explain just how frustrating it is when I can't find a decent font. Like, and I'm not even a graphical designer. I'm just some guy putting junk on YouTube. I have no idea how my actual graphic designer friends do it. And you are looking particularly luchador-y today. I wonder what was on your pillow. I mean, aside from your head. Like, I'm not entirely comfortable saying that, I don't think. It's too dad-jokey for my liking. That said, I'm still coming down from Christmas, and that is the best time for awful jokes. Like, did you know that there's some psychology behind really bad cracker jokes? Like, if the joke is kinda okay, then it could split the room in two, and that's no way to have a party. But if everybody's on the same page, and there is a common, dreadful target, the party is a lot better for it. Also, enjoy that text that I can't read. It's really knocking my confidence, you know? I think I'm doing super well in my reading studies, but then I look at something like that and just collapse like a flan in a cupboard. And I don't think I'm going to head down the pit today. We got enough of that last time. Instead, let's continue to the docks. Specifically, to this little bit up here, with a lovely blue and purple palette. Oh, and this text right here? Yeah. If you could read... I can't read the corner on the wall, so you can forget reading the stuff that's half missing. That is the truest of the true facts I have said in this LP, and nobody can deny. Alright, let's get out of here. Watch the actually kind of hypnotic underwater pipe maze. And head back to the cottage? Yes, to the cottage. Huh, how about that? See, between this video and the last, we have seen all 4 texture packs applied to this particular map. Now tell me, how does this make you feel? Interesting. Interesting. I'm gonna go back upstairs, just to confuse the game. Or maybe because I don't know what I'm doing today, I'm just playing because I want to. I mean, that's one of the problems I have with aimless, free-roaming games, and why I don't have the patience to make one of my own. I want to have something to work towards. I don't mind, like, if I'm doing a boatload of nothing in a pretty skybox, so long as I'm working towards a goal. I mean, hell, I collected the 1,000,000 roses in Katamari Damacy 2, and your reward for that is the game going, wow, really? You wasted a lot of time to see this stupid message, my friend. Be pretty funny if it wasn't so accurate. I wonder if the dying woman is here today. And yes, I go for dying this time instead of dehydrated. One of my friends called me on that last time I mentioned it, and he even pointed out how it's a good job I corrected myself, because I mean, he sure as heck wanted to. Because, I mean, that is clearly some kind of dead right there. Oh, and speaking of... Okay, that's the woman's ghost in the background. I don't think I want to mess with her right now. Or ever. I mean, I've heard that there's some weird behaviors attached to that model, but they don't spawn very often. Being in 2 places at once is not one of those behaviors, but it's still pretty weird. I mean, I've got customers at work who think I'm one of twins because they see me doing so much about the shop floor in a single visit. And also I tell them that I'm one of twins. That doesn't help. Why does the music in this place have backmasked laughter and screaming noises in it? Like, this is meant to be a happy place, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I guess the game has a good sense of irony or something. Though with that said, I don't like ironic horror. You know, stuff like music boxes cheerfully playing themselves to the middle of a bloodbath. That's been done. And it's not to say that commonplace or mundane things cannot be spooky, because... Again, back to Silent Hill 2, the best game in the world, there's one point you can just randomly hear a guy whispering to himself, even though there's nobody in the room. And if you isolate the sound properly and listen to him, he's saying something like, "I've got to go buy eggs and milk." And that's just, okay, hey, hi, how's it going? Come to join the lecture on Silent Hill 2, I see. Suddenly the screaming noises we were hearing make a lot more sense. But no, some guy talking to himself to work out his shopping list, that's... Like, I do that, you know? Everyone does it, I reckon. But when you put it in the context of, like, Silent Hill 2... Oh, hey! I can still see him trundling along in the background. And that, too, is part of a thick layer of surreal isolation, and it is really, really unsettling. Took a while, but, you know, eventually got to the end of my sentence. Good job, Andy! Now, I'm going to explore a little bit, and find that garden where the penguin was. If the penguin will even show up tonight. I mean, I know he was in one of the corners of the map, but I kind of don't know which one. I think he was hanging out with... Oh, yeah! So, I call the lips Patricia Quinn, because... Okay, yeah, maybe let's move to another map if he's going to keep showing up. I don't want to keep hanging up with that guy. So yeah, Patricia Quinn was Magenta in the Rocky Horror Picture Show, but she was also the pair of giant disembodied lips that sing the theme tune. And that is why I call the giant pair of lips Patricia Quinn. And now you know, and knowing, etc, etc, etc. Oh, hello, the garden. Man, I wonder why I always spawn on this side of the cottage, not the other. Or anywhere else on the ground floor to that end. Oh. Well, I guess thinking time is over, because it's time to wake up. And end the video as it happens. So join me next time for more LSD, and until next time, goodbye!